Okay, so coming into the Georges River, so you've got the stretch of beach that goes from Cooks River to Dulles Point, and there's a whole heap of groins of the rock walls that sit out into the bay that stop the flow of the water and the sand movement and all that type of stuff. I would warn people that if you do walk out on these groins, you need to be careful because it's not like a rock wall at the Cooks River where all the rocks are steady. Some of the rock walls, the rocks do move a bit, so you need to take a bit of care. But you can walk out onto the end, and some of them go out about 20 metres. So that gives you an area where you can go out and cast into water that's about 2.5 to 3.5 metres in depth. And once again, it's your flathead, your whiting, and your bream. Tailor could possibly be in there as well, so you could work the top of the water. There are also groins to the other side of the bay. I think there's about 6 of them there that run along Silver Beach. So it's another place where you can go out. The one at Silver Beach at Kurnell, there's a lot more weed out off the groins compared to the one that run from Dulles Point back up to the Cooks River entrance.
Okay.
Seems a bit sandier.
Okay. Now, as soon as you say weed and we're thinking winter fishing, instantly thinking, I bet squid could be added to the list of target species at those particular rock groins.
Yes. We have a lot of customers come into the shop that do fish off these groins and chase the squid, and that's another thing. I reckon we have in the vicinity of about 400 different squid jig in the shop. It's crazy. And people will come in and they'll go, oh, you haven't got this colour, or I haven't got this size, or I haven't got this brand and that.
Yeah.
So it's the same as with anything else in the way of lures. People have their favourites. You can catch a lot of squid. I wouldn't say you get a lot of big squid there. You get the bigger squid further out in the bay towards the front of the bay, but you can get a lot of squid there.
Okay. Oh, well, let's go back to the fish, mate. So you mentioned those bread and butter species again, so the bream, the whiting, the flathead. Let's have a quick chat about lures for fishing off these groins and also about conditions, because I'd imagine you'd have to pick your conditions for fishing these areas.
Yes, definitely. Forget it in the southerly wind. Just forget it. You might as well just stay home in bed.
Right.
Well, no, rather than staying home in bed, you go to another place. You go to Kurnell.
Okay.
Because at Kurnell, the fishing off the groins there, the southerly wind will assist your cast. That area from Dulles Point through to the Cooks River, when it blows from the west, it's a really good spot to go to because, once again, you got the wind at your back and it helps you. If it comes from the north and it's light, that's not too bad. At this time of the year, you don't get many nor'easters. Right? But if it does come from the nor'east, it'll push your going from left to right and it'll put a bow in your line.
Yep.
You can work this area not only from the shore, we can work it from the boat too. So that 2.5 to, say, 4 metres is a really good depth to run through there. It'll have patches of weed with sand and a bit of broken shell mixed in with it. So you could drift the whole length of it and not have to do any more than the one drift. Once you find the fish, I'd mark it on your sounder so that you can come back and do repeating because, as you know, fish move and they move because of feed. There's not too many mussel beds through there at all. They're out wider. And if you're going to ask me where they are, I'm not going to tell you because there's not too many in there. And people say to me, where's the mussel beds in Botany Bay? And I go, in the middle.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a good spot to fish either off the shore or out of the boat.
Yep.
If you have those really hard westerlies that come through, which we had about 3 days ago, you can tuck in right in close and start drifting from the groins and drift out.
Okay, cool.